Title: The Hidden Truth. John had always trusted Emily. They were together for 3 years, and to him she was perfect, kind, loving, and seemingly devoted. However, lately, he sensed something was off. Emily had become distant, her late nights at work stretched longer, her phone was always face down, and she'd often jump whenever he entered the room while she was texting. One evening, with a gnawing feeling of unease in his stomach, John decided to follow her. He'd taken a deep breath, reminding himself that love should never feel like betrayal. As Emily left their apartment, he quietly slipped out behind her, trying to remain unseen. Emily drove to a quaint little cafe across town that they had never visited together. He parked discreetly down the street and watched as she stepped inside. John's heart raced. Was she meeting someone? He waited, feeling the weight of doubt press on his chest. 30 minutes passed, then an hour. John's mind spiraled through possibilities. Finally, he saw her through the cafe window, laughing and leaning into another man. His breath caught. Anger and confusion swirled inside him as he squinted through the glass, trying to decipher the scene. They shared a dessert, and the way Emily brushed her hand against the man's arm sent a pang of betrayal through him. Compelled by a mix of emotions, John decided to confront her. He stepped into the cafe, the doorbell ringing as he entered. Emily froze, her laughter dying in her throat when she saw him. The man turned as well, surprise etched on his face. "John!" Emily exclaimed, her voice a mix of shock and a hint of guilt. "Mind explaining this?" John asked, his voice steady despite the chaos within. He gestured to the table, trying to maintain his composure. The man wore an apologetic expression, sitting back slightly as if to give John some space. "I'm just a friend from work," he said, but John's glare silenced him. "So, you decided to meet him here, late at night?" John shot back, feeling his heart pound in his ears. Emily opened her mouth to defend herself, but the words seemed to catch in her throat. I didn't mean for you to find out like this," she stammered, eyes darting between John and her companion. "Then what did you expect? It's not exactly a casual coffee," he snapped, anger flashing. He could feel the eyes of other patrons on them, their whispers becoming wings for his humiliation. "Please, let me explain," she said, her voice trembling. "I was going to tell you. I just didn't know how. It's not what you think." "What is it then?" John pressed, crossing his arms. The tension seemed to hang thick in the air, each awaited word building the suspense of a long-awaited revelation. Taking a deep breath, Emily finally answered, "We were discussing a project. He's helping me with a promotion, that's all. I swear." John studied her, searching for any sign of deception. But the sheer panic on her face told him that this wasn't just a simple meeting. "So, that's it?" he asked, attempting to mask the hurt within him. "Just a work project?" Emily's eyes filled with tears, reflecting the storm brewing within him. "I promise, it's just work. Please, don't jump to conclusions." But the shadows of doubt loomed larger. John felt torn between love and betrayal. Before he could respond, he caught sight of something glimmering on the table, Emily's phone. It buzzed, and the screen lit up, revealing a message notification from an unknown number. "Emily, what's this?" John could no longer contain his curiosity. She turned pale as she glanced at her phone. "No, wait! Please don't!" His instincts kicked in. John picked up the phone, and before she could react, he opened the message. The sight of hearts and flirty texts sent a shiver down his spine. The realization hit like a tidal wave. This wasn't just work, it was something deeper. Heart hammering, John stepped back, feeling betrayed and foolish for having trusted her blindly. I need some time to think," he managed to say, his voice cracking. Standing there, John felt the world slip from his grasp. In the lingering silence of the cafe, he faced the truth that hung heavy in the air. A love he thought was unbreakable had cracked under the weight of secrets and lies. He turned away, leaving Emily behind, her cries echoing in the background, but the path ahead felt clear and resolute. As he exited, he promised himself he wouldn't allow the shadows of deception to claim his heart any longer. The suspense of the moment transformed into a solid resolve. He would move forward, no matter what hidden truths awaited him in the future.